Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 18 of Misconceptions. I'm your host, Guy Buttersnaps. And allow me to give a shout out to our two new SoundCloud subscribers. Our first shout out to our first new subscriber on SoundCloud this week goes to Phil and Tim Talk About Stuff. Both Phil and Tim are good friends of mine. They have created a podcast, and they talk about stuff. And Phil and Tim, thank you for liking our show. I definitely like yours. Congratulations on your first episode, and I look forward to hearing more. Our next SoundCloud shout-out goes to Koval Payne. Unfortunately, Koval Payne and I are not good friends yet, but you know what? I have a feeling that's about to change. But Koval, thank you for liking the show. I hope that I'm pronouncing your first name right, and welcome to the show, Koval. Or Choval, Mr. Payne. And that is actually all the announcements I have for this episode. If I had anything to announce, it obviously wasn't important because I didn't write it down. So let's go ahead and get to the episode, shall we?
Alright, don't pass out. Okay. Damn it, Ren. Why do we always end up in these situations? Bleeding out in the backseat of an SUV, being chased down by bloodthirsty mobsters. It's all worth it, though, if I can get my family back.
So, you are in the process of spilling out of the 18-wheeler, and then the Mafia's SUV swings around the corner and starts barreling down the road towards you. I assume everybody's going to get into the SUV, and Esther, you're going to drive off?
Yes.
Okay. So I think what we're going to do now is a go toe-to-toe. And Esther, you are going toe-to-toe with the Mafia as they are trying to catch with you. So this will be it's basically a race. The SUV, the Mafia is trying to catch up with you, and you're going to have to lose them. And so you're going to need to roll a go toe-to-toe.
You just went toe-to-toe with the Mafia.
Seems fair enough. I'm going to use life lessons because my dad taught me how to drive.
Okay. Driving away from the Mafia.
Just for situations like this. I'm trying to think if there's any other, but I guess that's really the only one would be life lessons.
Life lessons? Okay. Go ahead and roll your go toe-to-toe. You're trying to lose them.
6.
So yeah, they...
Well, can we help her in any way?
How would you help her?
Like if I had lots of plants go over the road and it got caught up in their wheels.
Okay. That would be a separate roll.
Okay.
Unless you're wanting to activate your help point, I guess.
Do you want me to do that separate roll, or are you just saying
Well, I mean, because you'd have to see, because you're either trying to help her or target them. And it sounds like doing the vines across the road would be more attacking them.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a separate roll.
Yeah, okay.
But okay, so Esther, you try to peel off, but they have some momentum going because they've been booking it and you just started gassing it. And so they come up right beside you. They're going to hit y'all with a knocked off course status.
So does this go... Oh, you're doing another card for it.
Yeah, this would be... this isn't an injury or anything like this, but they ram into the back of the SUV and it rocks your SUV, and so you kind of swerve and maybe you hit not a telephone line. Well, maybe a telephone line, but I was thinking a street lamp. You sideswipe a street lamp and it falls down and you knock over some trash cans and stuff like that. This chase scene is getting kind of heated. So Esther's trying to drive, but now the SUV is swerving back and forth. There are some bullets like ricocheting off the side of the SUV. Thankfully, none have like broken the windows or anything yet. But what are the rest of you doing?
Okay, so Faye's gonna say, Ren, you need to get ready to shoot. Bill, I don't understand your powers in any way, but just get ready to do something. And then she's going to like lay back and close her eyes because she's also in significant pain from being shot up. And try to summon vines to go over the road and like wrap themselves up in the wheels. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah. I think this would be a hit with all you've got.
Okay, so plant growth, the more the merrier. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay.
I hate rolling today. I'm so anxious. Okay, I got a 10. Can I get
So
them
you're trying
good
to-
and then we can like gain some distance on them?
You like trip up their wheels and like they slow down a bit and like y'all get some more distance in between you and them.
Right.
Okay. So what's the status you're hitting them with?
Tangled up.
Okay, tangled up. Go ahead and write it down. And what's the power for that? How many tags did you add?
2.
Okay, so at a status 2. Okay. Bill or Ren, what do you do?
Honestly, I'm thinking like, while she's doing that, I feel... Okay, I guess what I'm trying to process is there's like 2 things that I'm thinking in my head, and they're kind of like watchdog scenarios. With my connection with technology and things, I was thinking like, oh, I could throw up the barriers or something, those concrete barriers for cars, but I was like, maybe that's too complicated.
That would be definitely something you could probably do like in the downtown district or the more like not industrialized, but the more technological district. But like this is just the warehouse district. Like
Yeah.
it's very bare bones, very mechanical.
And so the other thought that I had was like, well, these are Mafia people. They would have like a high-tech SUV. And so I was thinking like I could hack into the SUV and just like turn it off
Okay.
while she's like stopping the wheels. And so that would just like stop all movement.
The low jack.
Yeah. Basically.
Go ahead and roll. This, I guess, this would also be a hit with all you've got.
Okay. So I'll use software engineer, machine possession, and technopathy. Awesome. That is 11. All right, I'm gonna do the superior position. In that we just like gain more ground ahead of them. And I'll do gain the upper hand.
Okay, so you get 1 juice.
Yeah.
Okay. So what status are you gonna hit him with? What's the power for that status? How many tags did you add?
I added 3 tags.
Okay. Between you wrapping up the wheels with vines and you hacking into the system or hacking into the van and just shutting it down, the Mafia SUV comes to a screeching halt, and it almost tips over. But as you're peeling off, you look into your rearview mirror and you see Jimmy the Butcher like kick open the door, and he reaches out with his Uzi and like fires off some shots, but they're wildly ineffective, and you peel off into the night, escaping the Mafia for now.
Ren just like sits there and just like slumps back in his chair and just gives this like, finally, we got out of that mess.
Faye's like ticked off about all of that because we didn't accomplish anything. And we learned nothing. So she's just like cussing in the back.
What's the plan now?
They know so much about us now. I don't know how we're going to get out of this situation. They could track us down so easily.
I've got pictures though of what they're loading up. I know that's not really a ton of information, but we at least know that they're picking something big, and you reacted strangely at the warehouse place anyways. What was that all about?
I heard something. I don't know what it was. It wasn't human. It wasn't an animal.
no one else heard anything. So she's saying that she heard something, but none of you heard anything besides gunshots.
You mean like someone shooting or what?
I can't explain it.
Are you sure it wasn't just the stress?
Yes.
Bill is using his tattoos to pull bullets out of the bullet holes.
Do you want to roll a change the game to see if you can reduce your damage?
Sure.
Go ahead and do that. What were you saying, Faye?
Oh, I was just gonna keep. We need to get a new car and we need to find a new place to hang out. We need to lay low for a while.
Why do we need to get a new car? I just updated it. It has all the new technological stuff. Now we have to get a new car.
Did you roll a 3?
No, I have 3 power tags.
Oh, so go ahead and roll.
Give me a 12.
9 works.
Okay, so go ahead and look at that change the game, and with a 7 through 9, you can pick 3 from those 3 up there. But I think you're wanting to reduce a status.
Yeah.
So how much you had? 3 juice.
Yeah. Well, I rolled a 9, 3 power tags.
Okay. Okay, so you don't reduce it yet because you're pretty wounded, but this will just count for like your photo montage kind of session that like you will slowly heal that damage back.
We don't necessarily need a new SUV. If I take it to my boy Pepe, then he can just make it. Just kidding. I just had to say that. It's funny.
Was that an Animal Crossing reference?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I did not follow.
I don't remember the other penguins' names.
Pepe the Penguin.
Don't matter.
Right now, we need to heal ourselves, and I think we should do that at my place because I have the most access to different types of plants, and we haven't been there yet, so maybe they can't find us there.
Yeah, I guess it's fine with me. I
Makes,
have nothing else to do.
makes sense.
We need to park this somewhere and get a cab to my place or something, because if we park this at my apartment, they're just going to come. Good talk.
Sorry, we're trying to think of places.
Yeah,
to
that's
ditch
what
our
I was
van.
trying to think of where to park it. Because we also it's high tech, so we don't want to damage it.
Right. Ooh, what about the alley we threw what's his face into that one time?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, does anybody have a garage?
Oh, yeah, that would be small.
Wouldn't you have a garage?
I live in an apartment.
So it's not necessarily a closed-in garage.
Well, I live at work, so I do not have a garage.
I actually have a garage.
We'll take it to Bill's garage.
Okay.
Then we Suber over to
Super.
Well, would you Uber over to your place, or would you just stay at Bill's since you parked the SUV there?
Bill did not invite us over.
Yeah, being at Bill's doesn't really actually seem like an option.
He
might get an infection.
He did not invite us in for Pollo Pollo, so
My house is messed up, man.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised that you were offering your
My garage is not my house.
okay. We're gonna super over to Faye's house though.
It's Goober.
We're going to pair over to,
Okay.
with
So you
pineapple phones.
okay? So you park the van in Bill's garage. Bill's, is there anything in your garage? Anything they would notice?
A portal to hell, just like in the corner.
With a big old sign that says "Hell here."
No, I don't think so. I think it's just pretty run of the mill. The inside is what's messed up, so we don't go
Okay.
inside.
Just
Okay.
like your heart. Bill.
So very bare bones.
Oh my gosh!
Very bare bones garage. You park it in there, and then you goober over to. Sorry,
Traitor.
Suber, goober.
Scuba.
Super gooper.
You take you take the Styx ferry service over to
Yep, that's it.
Faye's apartment. The boys, you've never been here. There's a lot of Robin Hood stuff and a lot of plants.
That's right.
Sweet place. You obsessed with some guy or something?
Just leave it alone. I don't have the energy to deal with you right now.
Okay. Well, I'll Robin Hood you later.
So as soon as they walk in, Esther's gonna go to how many bedrooms is your apartment?
15.
2.
Because Esther's been to the apartment before. So Esther's going to go to, is it 2 bedroom, 2 bath?
Well, it's pretty nice for a teacher.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the guest bathroom and lock the door. That's what you do when you go to that. But anyways.
What?
And Esther's just trying to, like, in an effort to unburn her status, not her status, her thing.
Yeah, the tag that you burned,
tag I
Inspire
burned.
Calm.
Yeah. I'm, like, just trying to, like, regain my composure, trying to, like, basically meditate kind of thing.
Okay.
Away from everybody.
Okay.
Also not wanting to have to face questions about, like, you heard something, but how did you hear it? Like, that kind of thing. Because she's trying to just figure out how in the world, like, she can explain this. I guess there's not really a reason for her to hide it from the team, but I don't know. She's just not used to just, like, out and out trusting people with everything, you know. She feels like she has to do something to, like, make sure that she can keep the upper hand.
Okay. So by focusing on recovering your tag, you will not be able to recover the injuries that you have. But you lock yourself in the bathroom and kind of take yourself through some breathing exercises. You calm yourself. You close your eyes. And as you do, you just thoughts come and go, as they often do when you're meditating, and you keep seeing like an image of an owl flying. It's not necessarily menacing. It's not like it's flying towards you, but it's just flying. The sky around it is blue. There's all these beautiful clouds. It's a very nice colored, neutral owl. You start to feel relaxed, even though you really don't know where this owl imagery came from. But you open your eyes, and the ring that is around your finger, that's stupid, that's where a ring would be. Your owl ring is glowing brightly, and you feel more calm, you feel at peace. So, while Esther is in the bathroom meditating, what is everybody else doing? Bill, you already said you're kind of picking bullets out of your shoulder, whatever, with your tag, or your, your tattoos.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
I, like, have the arm that got all shot up cradled, and then I'm, like, limping from the shin that was hit. But I'm going around and, like, snipping off different leaves, like, just very comfortable in my own zone, like, gathering all the things. And then, what are those things called? With, like, the bowl, and then you have the, like, smusher thing.
Mortar and pestle.
Yeah.
That one. So I'm using that and, like, combining everything, and there's hot tea on the stove, and, like, getting everyone a drink made. Do I need to roll for that?
Yes.
Figured.
Change the game, please.
Okay. Herbal infliction. I love that tag. Man, I wish I had a, like, comfortable in nature tag. I'll do that next one. Okay, I'm just gonna do herbal infliction then. 7.
7? Mm-hmm. Okay. Go ahead and look at change the game. You can pick one of those things. I assume it would be reducing your status. So maybe you don't... You make tea for everybody, but maybe you only have enough for yourself. Like enough of the medicinal stuff for yourself.
Yeah, but that's really outside of Faye's character to, like, only take the medicine for herself. Could there only be one medicine tea available, and I, like, let one of them have it?
So like you make tea, but you give it to somebody else instead of healing yourself?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give it to Ren, like, but secretly. Like, I'm not gonna tell him, like, you're the only one receiving medicine. But I can see that, like, Bill is taking care of himself, and I know that, like, I can take care of myself later. So I, like, give him the one.
Okay. So Ren, you drink some of this tea. It's very relaxing. You reduce your injuries by 1.
Okay.
And then what are you going to do with your photo montage?
Ren's going to see the couch and be like, "Sweet couch," and just like run up and just Superman on it. And then,
Really?
like, yeah.
With all your injuries?
Yep. And like just grab the remote and start watching TV. And I want to say like this is the way that Ren kind of like rejuvenates and stuff. And he has this like technopathy with the machine, and where he's having this like ongoing connection with it, and like it's sorting through like the injuries that he's having, and it's like kind of binding together some of the implants and stuff.
Okay.
So basically, David playing video games whenever we leave.
Yes.
I don't always do that.
No, you don't.
Just if I've been around people like all day.
Like today.
I haven't been around people all day.
Just half the day.
I don't consider you people.
I don't.
Right.
Okay, so I should probably roll for that.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I'll use technopathy, and everything is binary.
Okay.
And I feel like data mining could apply to this.
Data mining would be if you're looking for
That's true. If I'm
data on the internet, yeah. Trying to find something.
Sweet. 10.
All right. You choose 2 of those from Change the Game.
Reduce a status and then scale up the effect.
You can remove 2 tiers from your spectrum. Okay.
Yeah. So that'll put me at 1.
Okay.
Should not have given you the tea.
Well, there's like no way for me to actually like heal anyone else.
Yeah.
Because I was like, maybe I could like send it out to everyone else. And I was like, no, technology doesn't work that way with other people. Yeah. But thank you, though.
Okay. So while everybody's kind of taking care of themselves, and if everyone's okay with this, I'm going to say like that you spend the night here, and like you, after this exhausting night, like you fall asleep, like as Ren is flipping through the channels on the couch like he does as often goes to sleep. Bill, after he's done picking out bullets, he might lay down in like the recliner and fall asleep. Faye, you crawl into your bed. And Esther, you kind of just like, I don't know if you stay in the bathroom or what.
I don't.
Sleeps in tub.
I don't stay in the bathroom like after I've kind of like collected myself, like kind of cleaned up, like washed my face or whatever. I won't say I just hopped in the shower because that seems like a stretch, but just kind of like yeah. She knocks on the door to check on me, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good. Just taking a bubble bath. No. But I came back out and like she had tea for me, and I don't want to speak for you, but I'll say that maybe you offered me the guest bedroom since like the guys are in
definitely.
the living room. So.
Okay. So we have this panning shot going through the living room. Everything is very dark and not contrasting colors, but everything's like very dark and gray and like the blue light from the television. But we see our heroes beaten and bruised and seemingly defeated for right now. But we have this very melancholy scene with very sad music, and it fades to black. Scene opens back up. There's the orange light of the morning coming through the slits in the window. You all slowly start to come to. And it is the next morning.
Question. Could we, like, fast forward a week and say that, like, we all kind of, like, dispersed after that and went to work and did normal things and, like, are reconvening after, like, a week and we can heal?
Okay. So,
if everyone else likes that.
So you want to take a week to do stuff. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that next morning you wake up, you all go your separate ways, you lay low. I guess let's go around and tell me, what do you do for the week? What is the montage that we see?
Can I ask Faye a question? Do you think, because you're obviously like freaked out by like these people knowing us and stuff like that, so I was thinking like maybe you wanted Esther to like stay at the apartment.
Ooh, yeah. I like that. Okay, yeah. So when the guys leave, I like go into the guest room and like sit at the end of the bed, like cross-legged. And I'm like, do you want to just stay here for a little bit to make sure that things blow over?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea, because I think it'd be good for us to be together so we don't get like into a bad situation. We both got seen pretty well, so.
So what is everybody doing with their montage?
I'll go. Yes. So Ren has been away from his company for a while, or I guess these past couple of days, and so Deja has been working away, and comes up to him and is like, "Hey, I found some new potential clients or something like that." And so Ren's like, "Awesome, let's move forward." And so you see Ren, I don't want to say frantically, busily working away, typing at his computer at his desk, and Deja's working, and Pablo is working. And everyone's like excited because there's like all these new clients and stuff, and so they're moving forward with Pascal and Associates, and so they're gaining more attention from people and more what is it? They're seeing more, or they're gaining popularity, I guess.
Okay. So you also gain an attention in your Ren and Pascal Associates, or Ren Pascal Associates, whatever it is. What is it called?
Pascal and Associates.
Pascal and Associates.
Yeah.
Okay. So we see you spend the next week focusing on progressing your company, because you have put it in the past a little bit.
Yeah.
Or not in the past, but like in the back seat. So now you're focusing more on it. Okay.
And so you also see like there's just like a slight view, and you see Ren actually like on his computer looking at like potential apartments to stay at, and like switching from living in his office to having a place on his own.
Okay. Okay, who else?
So you see me go into the Golden Flamingo and feign enthusiasm. Like, oh, it looks like it's your lucky day today.
And like there's all these people playing, I don't know, blackjack,
I'm just like dealing
at
out
your
blackjack.
table.
And then being remorseful if I win, like, that's a bummer. But you can play one more hand, right? And just like being, that guy. And then you see like me walk into the break room wherever my shift in, and I take off my little vest and stuff. And then I grab like a list out of like people that I need to go see. And then this is the no rest for the wicked, and I like put on a dark jacket and walk out to go do the other business, which is either collecting money or sucking souls. And like, and I'd say you'd see it like a rapid succession, like visiting someone and then being like, huh? And then like begrudgingly handing me money, and then the next scene is someone like, I don't have it, just and it's just like it's become like a business trend. Like
We see the like from the rapid transition of scenes, we see like the monotony of it, even though it's horrific. Like it's just become like part of Bill's life. Okay, I like it. So are you trying to gain an attention in a theme?
I don't know, just play my character, man.
I like it, and I want to reward you.
Then let me use 6 power tags.
No.
I think I could give it to Till I Collapse.
Which is
persistence.
Which is which one of your themes?
For submission, because I'm only doing this because I need to, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually think this would be focusing, because you're specifically doing your job. I think it would apply more to your routine.
It's a good thing you're not me. and we think differently. I'm just kidding. Okay, so you want me to give an attention to it?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to give it to your mission, you can.
No, it's too late.
Because you said it was specifically because of that.
No, it makes sense. Maybe my job will morph into my mission.
Maybe.
Like, we can see what that looks like.
Yeah. Okay. What about you two?
So I'm literally just like, Faye's gonna keep her head down, focus on like actually being present at school because she hasn't done that super well lately. But like, one, healing during it, and then two, like one of the main changes you start to see in Faye is how much this is affecting her psychologically. Because like right before this mission was when Faye was like, I'm out, and then got back in, and then this is what happened. So like she already had to stop wearing the flower crown a few sessions back, and so now you see her like stop wearing the like dresses and stuff to school. She just wears like dark jeans and like a black leather jacket over like a V-neck t-shirt.
So you're like cosplaying as Esther?
Are you becoming 11?
You flip to Esther and she's like wearing a flowy dress and she like puts on a flower crown and she's like, no, I can't do it. And like changes back.
That's kind of true. Sorry, Esther, I didn't mean to do that.
But anyways, keep going.
That's okay. Esther doesn't have V-necks.
There you go. That's the difference. Maybe Faye keeps like bright colored V-necks and that's like still her connection too. But you can just see that like things are just becoming darker for her than the like used to be very like the life is pretty. The world is pretty.
The life. This is the life.
And then she just literally comes home every night and like bandages up all of her wounds and drinks her teas and stuff.
And I'll also say that your principal has noticed this because like you show up to work the next day kind of dressed like that and with your arm in a sling and like with a limp from where you got busted in your shin. And he might not say anything to you about it, but he like in one of the shots we notice him like looking at you, maybe not like leering at you or something like creepy like that, but like he like looks at you with maybe a confused look.
Is that how your principal looks at you like every day?
Yeah. He looks at me like, that Mr. White, he is a loose cannon. Which I am. But anyways.
She's listening.
And Esther, how are you spending this week?
Do I get some of those ticks?
Oh, yeah. So that was you. That was you recovering? Okay, go ahead and roll a change the game. So what are you using?
The herbal infliction.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything else I can add. Can I get a tick for it being like a week?
No.
Well, could you reconsider?
What could you add from creating a better future for my students? What could you add from that?
Being real with them and not all flowery. They don't need that.
In life, people die. And it's okay.
Maybe I could say that my like passion for kids is what keeps
yeah.
me getting up and going in the
I would say that your passion for kids, being with the children, but also your drive to like be better for your children.
8.
So go ahead and pick one of those for change the game. Probably reducing it by 1.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So go ahead and step it down.
Only 1 tick.
Not 1 tick, but like 1 number.
Okay, cool.
So what are you at, 3?
Should be at 2.
Whoa, yeah, before. You were at 3,
I was
so
at
now you
3.
step it down to 2.
Yep.
Yeah,
Can you hear it?
I can hear it.
You can. So we'll wait.
No, go ahead, just talk over it.
Okay.
Yeah. So Esther, what about you?
So I don't really know. Yes, I should probably try to recover from my injuries, but I was also thinking about like exploring my mythos a little bit, especially after that owl thing. But I don't really know what that would look like. So,
Well, how would Esther go about learning more about the ring?
well, the ring was a gift from her father. And so like maybe So she's got the book from her dad, and like looking back at that to see if he's got anything in there about the ring. Maybe doing like some research on it, and like I don't want it to sound too like cliche, like the girls are having a slumber party and talking about their lives kind of crap, because that's not really an Esther thing. But like Esther knows about Faye. And also knows that she brought Faye back into this, and then all that crap went down. And so, like, maybe as a way to, like, kind of get Faye's mind off of that, like, Esther is kind of talking with her about, like, just a little bit about her powers, because she realizes, like, I mean, we are working together, so, like, we're just gonna have to... So, maybe in talking with Faye, since Faye is connected with her mythos, I think a little bit more than Esther,
Is that too loud?
kind of helping work through that. So, like, with Faye and the book, and, I mean, obviously there's Scoogle.
Yeah. So are you talking to Faye like, well, I don't know, like, what this ring is, but, like, my dad gave it to me, and, like, this is what he wrote in his journal? Or are you just, like, in between researching, you're hanging out with Faye?
I think in between researching, like, we're hanging out, and, like, I mean, if we're hanging out, she's probably like, okay, so what's the deal with your ring? Because I'm assuming she's probably seen it glow at some point.
Well, especially when What's-His-Face calmed down while we were driving.
Yeah, because they saw, I mean,
yeah.
So she maybe asked about that, and so I just kind of like let her know, like, yeah, it's something that my dad gave me, and like I don't really fully understand it. And then like I might mention like when we came back the other day, like the thing about maybe the vision or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Go ahead and give yourself an attention in your ring.
Okay.
And let me see. Oh, okay. So the way exploring your mythos works is you gain one clue with a method and source based on your description. So using your dad's journal. You also get an attention on that theme. But now you have one clue, one question you can ask me about your mythos that Esther would want to know.
I was thinking like maybe what it was that brought my dad into contact with it, kind of thing.
Okay.
Because, like, I feel like with some of the others, like, it's just something that, like, they were born into. Like, it's not an object or something. Like, it's just in them. But, like, this is an object that came to me, quote unquote. And so, like, how did that go about? Like, he just went to an antique store and got this ring, and it happened to, you know, or, like, he knew, I don't know. Because I feel like that might help me figure out some more about my dad and about what he was.
So you're wanting...
I don't know.
So what's your question?
How my dad came in contact.
So how your dad came in contact, how your dad got the ring?
The relic.
I mean, I know how he came in contact with it. I've already planned that out. But I'm just trying to think of, like, what clue to give you without just completely giving away all this information.
Is it like an
It's like my dad at Christmas.
So you see a... let's think. You're flipping through this journal, and you've taken, like, some of the pictures that were hanging up in your dad's office and around the bar and stuff and kind of stuck it in here. And as you're reading back through it, certain things pop back out at you that weren't there before. But you find a picture, and it's like your dad and Javi, and they like have their arms around each other, and they're like, haha, buddy, buddy. But then there's like this third person, and your dad is in the middle and has his arms around Javi and his arms around a woman. And you see this woman's hand is, the hand of this woman is reaching over around his back and then kind of resting on his shoulder. You see her hand, and you see the ring. Whoever this woman is in this picture, she is wearing that ring.
And I assume, like, there's not anything, like, written on the back of the photo or anything with, like, a year or anything like that. Well, I don't really need that. Javi's in the picture, so
Yeah.
that'll be my
It
next
was.
step.
It was from like. Oh man, let me think. It was before you were born. Like maybe a few years before you were born.
Okay.
Okay, so a week has passed. You've laid low, but as you've been laying low,
Did I get my
your attention.
my Inspire Calm back?
Oh yeah, because you meditated in. Yeah. So as you have been laying low for a week, you keep hearing reports and things like that about like damage that keeps happening around the city. Like a local shop was attacked, or not attacked, but like vandalized almost. A house in the suburbs was just like a gas main explosion or something like that. But you keep hearing all of these details, and it doesn't seem like there's any. Well, doesn't seem like there's any pattern yet. But it's all this damage that's happening across the city, and no one's seemingly connecting the dots like these could be interrelated. But there is this foreboding sense in your gut that all of this damage that's happening around the city, it just started happening this week. Something must be going on. Something must be connecting all of that.
Well, and since we know like how the city works, we would know that those sound like cover-ups for something else that would be happening.
Yeah, a house just blowing up because of a gas main? That doesn't sound right. That sounds like somebody or something's covering something up. But anyways, a week has passed. What do y'all do? Where do y'all get together? Where do y'all meet?
I feel like we get together at the bar.
Okay. Esther, have you gone back to the bar this week?
Yeah, I meant to say that at some point. I mean, yeah, I was still like working. I'm thinking James is back at work now, and so
You actually haven't heard from James ever since the funeral.
you actually suck.
Well, you haven't heard from James since the funeral and since he asked off from time of work.
Because I'm the jerk boss who hasn't called to check on it.
All right, so you meet at the bar.
And yes, I've been back to the.
Okay, you've been there. You've been opening up, every night. You're maybe not keeping the full staffed hours, like opening up for lunch and stuff. But maybe you open up during the nighttime for people to come and do stuff, drink mostly.
How bars work.
But anyways,
Social activity.
yeah, you all reconvene at the.
Or antisocial.
You all reconvene at Morty's. I assume that, you're still kind of doing the whatever of everybody's like kind of helping out with the bar and like taking care of stuff.
Sure.
Some of you are still pretty worse for wear, but some of you have recovered this week. But yeah, some of you are still limping around. Some of you still have massive cuts and bruises. Like Esther basically at this point is just held together by Band-Aids and stitches. She's looking real rough, but also
Sounds like
really
emo,
cool.
Like CD.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just
Held together by Band-Aids and stitches.
Yeah,
TM.
that'll be our album.
Yeah.
We're just like the Disney Channel starts. We're gonna all be singing at some point.
Oh, okay.
The Disney Channel. What?
Yeah,
Because
the
they
Disney
all
Channel
get record
stars.
deals.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So
I knew where you're going. I was
yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
And you see Ren, he like slams down his glass and he's like, another round and of water, please.
And Esther's actually only giving him water.
That's a deep cut.
So, have y'all been hearing all of the random things happening in the city this week?
Ren's like, yeah, I've been, looking on my laptop and it seems like all these, strange occurrences are, it feels like they're kind of connected in some way, but I just can't seem to figure out how.
No, yeah, it seems a bit odd. Like, I mean, things normally happen in the city, but they've been happening a lot more often than normal. It's like there's a lot more destruction than normally happens by accident, so maybe we should look into it.
I think maybe we should talk to Linda Lockwood.
Oh, yeah. I guess she
Yep.
could be pretty useful, even though I hate her guts and everything about her.
She's probably been on most of those scenes.
Yeah, she'd know what's going on.
I can always talk to Javi too.
Still don't trust Javi 100%.
Well, you're wrong.
That's racist.
What?
Sorry.
Javi is the nicest guy
Sorry.
ever. I don't see why you don't trust him.
We literally have a text message without Carrie between the three of us talking about
I
how
don't trust her.
we don't trust Javi. So
Fully.
don't
That's
pretend.
scary.
Oh, yeah. So about that.
Her name's Katie, actually.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
She stayed in your house. You can't even remember her name.
Good to know y'all all text you behind my back, though. In real life. IRL. Thanks for that. We don't trust her.
No, we don't trust Javi.
Well, who's the real Javi? Y'all don't trust David? Y'all can just tell me.
I mean, we don't trust David as GM.
Thank you.
Oh, snap.
This is going savage very quickly.
We're going to talk to Linda Lockwood and or Javi. I assume and because
Yeah,
Why not?
I'm probably gonna reach out to Javi and just be like, "What's going on, man? Like, it feels like our town's falling apart,
Yeah.
bro."
You call and get his voicemail.
Can his voicemail have Micah's voice on it?
Micah's? What's Micah's voice?
I just think it'd be funny if Javi was Micah.
Like your
your
brother.
brother.
Oh, like I should bring Micah in to record lines?
Yeah.
Because the Sean, anyways, it's fine. Because we took that quiz and I was Sean and he's Gus, and so like we're Sean and Gus. So
Oh, yeah.
Micah and I have this understanding. Anyways,
Yeah, but you call Javi and you get his voicemail.
hey Javi, it's Esther.
And Ren.
Shut up, Ren. Just calling to check in. Give me a call.
Click. Okay.
Just because he's a power tag now doesn't mean you can just kill him off.
He's not dead.
But him and James are missing, so.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, you haven't heard from James in a long time.
She also shoots James a text at this point just to be like, hey, man.
Still alive?
Yeah. You okay?
That's a better way of
I
phrasing
don't
it.
know.
You don't get a reply from him either.
Did we get a read receipt?
Yeah, you do get a red receipt.
So he read it. So somebody has his phone. That's good.
Or he's just ghosting you?
You can't leave me on red. Isn't that what it is on Snapchat?
Yes.
Who's calling Linda Lockwood? Who's calling Linda?
Look at Linda.
Look at Linda. I got you. I got you, babe.
We can't
Wait,
let...
don't you have like...
Yeah, we can't let
Yeah,
Rin
yeah.
call because
Okay.
Rin can't keep his words straight when he's talking to his
Take Rin's phone
Woman
from
Crush Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Is it?
Yeah, no, that's a thing. Good job.
WCW.
Yeah.
Like, clearly, I'm up on the
The
social
lingo.
media.
All right,
How many drinks have you had?
I can call her.
No.
Okay, so
Go.
Bill's calling her.
Boop, 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 boop.
Oh,
Wow.
That's a lot of numbers.
Speaking of owls. Anyways. I guess it's a pigeon. All right, she picks up.
Hello?
Who is this? What do you want?
All right. This is Bill. And
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Bill. What do you want? I'm busy.
if you keep cutting me off. Okay, anyway. There's been a lot of stuff going on around the city. I'm guessing that has to do with your busyness. So you should swing by the bar and try to catch us up because we're kind of at the end of a trail right now, and it'd be great if you could help us get back on track.
Yeah, I'm kind of busy, getting pulled in a lot of different directions. I don't know. I'll see if I can make it over there.
That's not, no, it's a yes or a no.
Hey, speaking of yes or no, what happened at the docks?
I can tell you if you come to the bar. Hang up.
Could you just ever be nice to one person in your life?
She was being a complete and utter jerk. PG-13.
But we knew that was going to happen. It's Linda. It's not like it's a
she's
surprise.
amazing, so
Ren, sit down.
I am sitting.
It's like the thing on Pitch Perfect where all she can say is like nice things. You're the worst. Your hair smells like cinnamon. Like she can't say anything mean to the German chick. Anyways.
I'm sweating.
Okay. So, as you're like calling and like, why can't you be nice or whatever,
This is impression of you.
yeah, thanks. So you're all gonna go anywhere or do anything, or are you just waiting at the
Can you just
at the
tell
pub?
us what you want us to do?
Well, okay, fine.
right, Tessa.
Here's what I'm gonna do. The front wall of Morty's bursts open.
Wall?
The wall?
Yeah, the
The
wall.
Kool-Aid man come through.
The yeah. So bitches. No. The front wall explodes. Bricks and dust and mortar fly everywhere.
Well, there goes that power tag. No bar for me.
And you see through the smoke this hulking figure, and like this huge
Quote, quote.
this claw like reaches out and like digs into the linoleum inside the bar, and like this creature comes in, and you see this anvil shaped head that doesn't have any eyes, but kind of like along the ridge of its snout it has like all these holes, and the holes like flare up and then kind of shrink down, and you can almost hear it going but it doesn't have any eyes. And then right beside it, stepping through the smoke, you see Jimmy the Butcher with his hand up in a sling, and he has his Uzi out in his other hand, and he looks at you and he says, "Knock, knock, bitches." End of episode.
That was good.
Agree.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Mistconceptions. We will be back with our next episode on January 29th. If you have social media, please find us on Facebook and Twitter, add us, follow us, whatever you do with those respective sites, and get a little bit of behind-the-scenes information, maybe some dialogue going with me or with some of the other players. But it's a good way to build a community and just to chat about the show. So, if you like the show, go check us out on Facebook or Twitter. City of Mist is an RPG created by sonofoak.com. You can go and pre-order the core rule set, which will be releasing very, very soon, and you can play this game at your table with your friends. Or you can go to DriveThruRPG and get the PDF, which is just as good, but, I like the physical books, but whatever. The Misconceptions theme music is composed by Aaron Wharton. If you like his music, you can find more of it at aaronwharton.net. And that's all for this week's episode of Misconceptions. Thank you once again for joining us. You make this show worthwhile. I always appreciate hearing from you. And, you know what? Have a good week. Keep it nerdy, y'all.